Hey everybody, welcome back to Guns and Gadgets, your source for Second Amendment news. I've gotten quite a few comments and emails and DMs and messages on Facebook within the last couple months about where does National Concealed Carry Reciprocity stand, what's going on with that bill. So I did a little digging. It's taken me a little while because my work and life schedule is nuts, but I have the answer. I have what we can still do. In the little bit of time we have left, I'll tell you what we can do, who we can call, what we should say in an attempt to get it to go. So without any further ado, here we go. So H.R. 38 was a Concealed Carry Reciprocity Act of 2017. I did numerous videos on it. Long story short, it was going to make my permit in Massachusetts valid in California, and California is valid in New York, etc. There was some states that were going back and forth about, well, you know, your permit's not as good as mine because we require X, Y, and Z, where you only require A, B, and C, and it was a bone of contention for a while. Until December 6, 2017, almost a year ago, when it actually made it to the House floor for a vote. Now that recorded roll call vote passed. The bill passed 231 to 198. Again, that was December 6, 2017. The very next day, it was sent to the Senate. The Senate accepted it. They read it twice, which is a part of the Senate protocol, and then it was referred to the Senate Judiciary Committee. And that's where this happened. It has been sitting there since December 7th, 2017. Now, for whatever reason, nothing's been done. There are 21 days, including today, left in this session of the 115th Congress. When the end of the year comes and this Congress is completed, any bill, not just this bill, but any bill that has not been voted upon, in effect dies. Now, who is ultimately responsible in trying to get this to a vote? And that's Mitch McConnell. He is the Senate Majority Leader. Basically, he's the boss of the Senate. And he could, right now, call the Judiciary Committee and force them to vote on it so that it can get out to a roll call vote. Now, I'm just telling you what could happen. Do I believe it's going to happen? Absolutely not. For whatever reasons, I don't know. But we all saw how fast McConnell could act when it came to Justice Kavanaugh, right? That was overnight. You guys are going to vote on it, and we're going to pass it tomorrow with a nuclear option if we need to. He could do the same damn thing. He could get this out of committee today if he wanted to, or tomorrow, schedule it for a vote, and then have it go to the floor for a vote. This, in theory, could pass this week. But it sits there, dead as a doornail, like a rented mule. Nobody's touching it. Nobody's talking about it. Now, don't forget that when Donald Trump, when he was just about to take office, he gave a whole list of things that were his priority. And National Concealed Carry Reciprocity was one of his priorities. Now, once this Congress ends, the end of this fiscal year, the end of this calendar year, and the new one begins, this could be resubmitted, a new bill, new number for next year. But don't forget the House is going to be Democrat-controlled next year. There's no chance in hell that this passes the House next year or in this next 2-year process. Not a chance. So if it were to go, the time is right now. The Senate for this term, this 2-year term, is scheduled to adjourn on December 14th, if I'm correct. Yes, December 14th. So they have from now until then, which is 21 working days, to get this passed on an emergency roll call vote. Again, do I see it coming? No. But if enough of us do what I'm about to tell you, there's a chance. However slight, there's a chance. So what am I going to tell you can do? You need to make a couple phone calls. Yeah, it'll take about 5 minutes of your life to make all these phone calls and then walk away if you don't want to do anything more. But if you don't make the phone calls, it's sort of like if you don't vote. You lose the ability to bitch and moan if you don't vote about who gets in office, okay? So what can we do right now? You can call, and I'll have this in the description so that you can get the numbers, the names, and I'll even have a little script of what you can say so that it's quick, painless, easy. Make the phone call, say this, done, hang up, End of the day, okay? If you want this to pass, we have to call a few people. The first one is U.S. Senator Chuck Grassley, who's the chairman of the Judiciary Committee, which is where the bill has been for almost a year. And his phone number is 202-224-3744. Again, this will all be in the description, so don't try to worry about writing it down right now. Second one is U.S. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell himself, 202-224-2541. And then your Senate delegation, here it's Elizabeth Pocahontas Warren and Ed Markey, who doesn't even live in the state, lives in Maryland. Right, Ed? And you can get them through the switchboard at 202-224-3121. Again, in the description. Don't sweat it now. And you can say this or something. You can tweak it if you want. But this is the narrative that's online right now that a couple people are posting. A couple agencies. Says this is what we should say. The Senate must vote on the Concealed Carry Reciprocity Bill of 2017 immediately. The bill passed the House on December 6, 2017, almost 1 year ago, and has since been stalled in the Senate Judiciary Committee. That is unacceptable. We have only a few precious weeks to get this matter completed. The Senate must pass this bill and send it immediately to the President for his signature. President Trump will sign the bill into law, fulfilling an important campaign promise. My continued support for you will depend on your vote to approve this bill. Let them know you're following what they do, and they could lose a vote. Is it going to make a difference if 1 or 3 of us call? Nope. But if 40,000 of us call across the country, or 100 million gun owners, or whatever the number is, if 100 million people make these phone calls, it's going to get something moving. Okay, so that's 4 phone calls total. Grassley, McConnell, and your 2 senators, for whatever your state is. And if you don't know your senators, I'll have a link in the description. You can find out who your senators are. Okay, there's only 2 per each state. If you don't know them, then shame on you, but I'll help you out. Just joking. But no. And then 2 more phone calls left. One is to the White House, okay, 202-456-1111 or 202-456-1414. And we're going to put same thing. Say that, this needs to get through the Senate and the President needs to sign it as he promised, and blah, 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 blah. The next one, the NRA. Okay, this was a huge thing that they were pushing when they said, hey, let's get Trump in office, everybody vote for Trump. He's going to make this happen. This was a huge thing that they were campaigning on when they were backing him, so let's put it on them. Put the pressure on them. 800-672-3888 is the NRA's number. Call them, let them know, hey, you know what, I'm a life member, or I'm a member, and if you don't do this, then my continued support will end. Let them know that you mean business. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our last real shot to get this done for a few years, realistically, if ever again. Let's be honest, if ever again. So let's take a few minutes out of our day, make these phone calls. I already did. I'm asking you to do the same thing, and let's just put the pressure on them. If for nothing else, we can go to bed and thinking that we did the right thing, or we can pass that man in the mirror test, and that's all that we can do, right? Put the pressure on the people who need to have the pressure put on them. I hope this information is helpful for you, and I hope you follow through and maybe give us all another shot at finding Nessie, the Loch Ness Monster, that concealed carry reciprocity bill. Again, all this information will be in the description. Please pass this along to everybody you know who has a gun, who hunts, who goes shooting, who likes to conceal carry, who likes to draw guns, who likes videos about guns, who plays video games with guns. Please pass this along. This information getting out depends on it, and we only have 21 days to get it done. Just please subscribe to this channel so you get all the information as fast as possible on the Second Amendment right here on Guns and Gadgets. Until we see each other again, be safe, stay vigilant, carry a weapon. Take care, everybody.